Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to do part 36 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. The zombie rescue was the first one that did not really go the way it should be. It's hard to get to work the exact way you want it to work. And it was starting to last time, but it ended up getting messed up. So this time I decided to do the fairy type for alligator. I already had him archived as well. I just said, let me talk to a fairy type for alligator. He's got ice cream for his spikes and a pattern on his stomach that changes depending on his mood. The ice cream on his spikes actually can melt if the Pokemon is upset, and if he's angry, the ice creams will not only melt, but his spikes will turn a very dark purple and become sharp as knives. However, he is an extremely kind-hearted Pokemon that only hurts or attacks if somebody tries to hurt him or somebody hurts a person or Pokemon he cares about. He can sense if you are a good or bad person, and if you are kind, he will be the sweetest and most kind Pokemon towards you. However, he senses evil, it will be the complete opposite, where he will be very aggressive towards any evil person. He's got a new ability, yep, and then the rest of it's just more about his abilities and moves, so it'll keep that on there. Here's what it says. The forest is alive with color, shimmering leaves and hues of pastel pinks, soft blues, and glowing greens sway gently as a whimsical breeze drifts through. The air smells sweet, like blooming flowers and hints of sugar. Ahead, by a glistening stream that winds like a ribbon through the trees, you spot him, the fur alligator. His normally rugged reptilian frame is softened by a coat of magical energy. His spikes, instead of jagged scales, are heavy tufts of pastel-colored ice cream, strawberry swirl, blueberry, and soft mint. That's actually kind of cool how they have different flavors on each spike. They glisten in the sunlight like freshly scooped cones. His eyes are calm with a curious sparkle, and the swirling pattern on his belly is shifting through soft pinks and light greens, suggesting he's at peace. He dips a clawed hand to the stream, playfully flicking water at a group of cutie fly fluttering nearby. A soft chuckle rumbles from his throat, a warm, gentle sound that doesn't match the usual image of a fur alligator. Are you sure about that? Because my fur alligator's happy all the time. He hasn't noticed you yet. The ear hums slightly as if the forest itself knows something magical is about to happen. Wow. Is that? Oh no. Oh no, please don't. Uh, uh-oh. I hope he senses good and not evil because like it said, he's the complete opposite if he senses evil. If he senses anything evil, he'll attack me. The Freyager's head perks up at the sound of your voice. He turns slowly, not with aggression but curiosity. His eyes meet mine, deep, thoughtful, shimmering faintly with a touch of stardust. The swirls in his belly briefly change to a soft sky blue, then ripple into a heart-shaped pattern. The tips of his ice cream-like spikes sparkle, showing no signs of melting. Usually the melting on his spikes means either he's upset or if you see him become sharp as knives, that usually means anger. Hopefully neither of those happen in a second. He tilts his head, blinking at you. A low, gentle rumble escapes his chest, less like a growl and more like a question. Are you kind? He murmurs, his voice a warm blend of water and wind, both strong and soothing. You didn't hide, and you didn't throw a stone. That's a good start. I didn't throw a stone. What the frick? I didn't. What? He takes a cautious step towards you, his movement slow and thoughtful. A faint glimmer of light pulses around him. His ability, trustworthy bomb, passively sensing my intent. Who are you, traveler? And why do I feel like you have a good heart? Hello. My name is... Hey, that's actually cute. The Frager's eyes light up the moment you say your name. Trenton, he repeats, tasting the word like it's something sweet and rare. The pattern on his stomach shifts again, this time into a blooming flower, its petals slowly spinning like a windmill. Okay, that's actually really cool. The ice cream on his spike sparkles brighter now, not melting, just shimmering with a magical chill. He takes another step closer, now only a few feet away. You can feel the cool, soothing aura he radiates, like standing near a waterfall in spring. You speak gently. You didn't run or shout. That means something to me, he says with a soft nod. My name, well, you can call me Gelato. Is that how you say that name? I never had a visitor who didn't turn and run, or worse. His claw gently touches the glowing stream, and for a moment a bubble floats upward, reflecting your face. I protect the good ones, and I think you might be one of them. Tell me, what brings you to this forest, Trenton? Well, I've never seen this forest before. Uh, no. I said, well, for one. I said, forest. Forest. And it was very close to my house. So I decided to come in and explore. I'm sorry if I invaded your territory. I said invaded, not invited, sweet Arceus. Are you trying to get this Fragger to want to murder me? It's like it says, he's sweet to people he cares about, but if he senses evil, you're dead. Actually, invaded sound worse. Gelato's expression softens even more. His spikes glint with a swirl of pastel shimmer as he lets out a light, metallic chuckle. Invasion? He echoes, stepping forward into the sunlight now. The ice cream on his spikes glows softly under its rays, not melting, just radiating a magical chill. No, no, Trenton. The force isn't mine. It belongs to kindness, curiosity, wonder. He lowers himself slowly to my height, his eyes looking onto mine with an almost parental calm. You came with respect. That makes this place welcome you. Behind him, the wind stirs the trees just right, and a cluster of glowing petal drift by, dancing in the air like fairy lights. A pair of Clefairy peek out from a bush, watching me bode with cautious smiles. I sense something special in you. Most walk through the world with fear or greed. But you walked in with a heart full of wonder. He leans in a bit, his voice dripping into a soft whisper. Would you like to explore more? Together? That's actually very cute. What the? Sure. I would love that. Oh my gosh, I love him. And it's, oh, that's pretty. Gelato beams and his belly pattern blossoms into a radiant swirl of gold and lavender, a symbol of pure joy. His spikes shimmer with a frosty sparkle as he gives a smile-excited bounce that shakes a few petals from the nearby trees. I'm glad, he says warmly. It's been a long time since I had someone to share this place with. He turns and gestures with a claw down a hidden path you hadn't noticed before. As soon as he does, the trees seem to part just slightly, making room for you both as if the force itself approves. This way, there's a glade where the moonlight dances even during the day, and there's a tree that gives cotton candy fruit, but only if you're kind to it first. He begins to lead the way, his steps gentle despite his size. The protective energy of trustworthy bond flutters faintly around you like a magical breeze. As you follow beside him, he glances your way with a curious smile. Tell me, Trenton, do you believe in magic? Now, what am I supposed to say to that? Because technically in real life, no, but in this, I could say yes. I mean, flip me, Divine Raptor, the flipping things about me just snapping my fingers and making something appear. So, yeah, in this universe you have to, because, flip me, magic seems to be everywhere. So, in this scenario, I say, yes, I actually do. Why do you ask? Aw, he's so cute. I flipping love this fairy type for alligator. Gelato smiles wide, one of those rare, genuine smiles that somehow makes the air itself feel warmer and safer. The forest responds with a soft shimmer in the leaves overhead, casting little specks of light on the path ahead like glowing confetti. I asked. He begins, his voice like a gentle stream tickling over smooth stones. Because most people stop believing when they grow up. They forgot how to see what's really there. The colors, the whispers in the trees, the way the stars hum at night. He pauses and glances up through a break in the canopy. Even in daylight, the sky above shimmers faintly like it's holding back a dream. But you believe, and that makes you different. He stops in front of a large mushroom-shaped stone covered in tiny dancing lights. It's like a fairy lantern garden. A pair of swirlets float by lazily, one offering you a little puff of sugar cloud. Joel gently sits down beside the stone and looks at you, eyes calm but glowing faintly with something ancient and kind. Magic isn't just spells and sparkles, Trenton. It's trust. It's bravery. It's the feeling you get when someone shows you kindness when you didn't expect it. That's real magic. And I think you carry that with you. Well, towards you I do. He tilts his head curiously. Have you ever done something kind for someone just because it felt right? Uh, oh boy. I'm so flippin' screwed. Unless he accepts Pokemon answers. Well, if you count Pokemon, then basically yes. I treat my Pokemon very well. There was one detail I forgot to put in there again. I need to put in the detail about him giving you an ice cream spike when he trusts you. That's supposed to be the one thing that's the one big thing about him, besides his design. Joel's eyes light up with a shimmering glint, pure pride, like he's just heard the best news in the world. The pattern on his belly spirals into a glowing starburst, and the ice cream on his spike sparkles with soft rainbow hues. That absolutely counts, he says, voice brimming with joy. Pokemon are family, friends, souls just like yours. The way someone treats their Pokemon, that tells me everything I need to know. He leans forward just a little, and the air around him pulses with a soothing wave of energy. It's subtle, but you feel it, a quiet warmth wrapping around you. The trustworthy bond is strengthening. Your kindness echoes, Trenton. I can feel it in the way the flowers don't shy from your steps. Even the stream hums softer near you. He glances toward the path again, then back at you. You know, folk like me, we don't always show ourselves to humans, especially not ones with sharp hearts. But you remind me that not all humans forget how to love without asking for something in return. Gelato offers a soft chuckle, then stands again, taller now, more confident as if something inside him has settled. Would you like to meet some of the others? The ones this force protects? Yes. I would actually. Is any of your pre-evolutions here? Those are my most favorite Pokemon along with you. Gelato's eyes widen with a joyful sparkle, and the soft swirl on his belly flares into a glowing heart surrounded by water droplets. A cool breeze stirs the air, scented with sugar and flowers. You like Toad and Crocodile too? He says, visibly touched. Most people overlook them, but you see them the way I do. He turns toward the deeper part of the forest where the trees bend gently outward, forming a natural archway laced with vines that glow with a faint pink light. Pink? The path beyond looks even more magical now, like something out of a dream you didn't want to wake up from. They're here, safe and happy. I helped raise a few of them myself, he adds proudly. One of the Toto just learned how to freeze a berry without biting it first. He was so excited he fell into the stream twice. As Gelato walks ahead, the forest opens up to a cozy, mossy clearing where a few Pokemon are gathering around a small, sparkling pond. You see a pair of crocodile playing with a ball of soft mist, giggling like kids, and near a slump carved into the shape of a smiling Lapras, a small, bouncy Toadle spins in circles, singing a silly tune that makes a passing Flabébé twirl midair. When the Totodile spots Gelato, it perks up, waving its tiny arms. Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh my gosh, he can speak too. That's even better. Papa Gelato! Papa! Gelato laughs, a full, hearty, warm laugh that makes the trees shimmer. I told you not to call me that in front of guests, he says playfully, clearly not minding it at all. He enters to you with a grin. Well, Trenton, come say hello. I think they'll love you. I'm already in love with them. They're adorable. Oh, that's so cute. I flipping love it. The only thing I need to fix is build and make it. So let's get this straight. So far, all the Pokemon have worked. The only one that I've had trouble with has been the zombified Rexy. Every other one has worked fine. Transforming Totodile worked perfectly. Giant Totodile, yep. Giant Noivern, yep. The regular Totodile I did 5 days ago, yep. Baby Lugia, yep. Only one that's not worked so far has been that one. It's just hard to be able to figure out a good way to do it. Did I put my own name in there instead of Totodile? Oh no. Please like me. Aww. I make him happy just by talking to him. The little Totodile freezes mid-spin the moment you speak, eyes growing wild with awe as it looks up at you. Huh? Hello? It squeaks, then suddenly floats its arms in excitement, bouncing over to you like a spring-loaded soda pop. Why is it worded like that? I like it, though. You talk to me! You talk to me! Of course I would. I love Totodile. It stops just in front of me, practically vibrating with joy. Its eyes sparkle like polished sapphires, and there's a little heart-shaped patch of water energy flowing just above its tail. Papa Joe never brings people here. You must be super extra mega kind. Now he sounds like Peony. What the frick? It pauses and tilts its head with a mischievous grin. Can I show you my best move? I've been practicing all morning. I call it Icy Ballerina Chomp Explosion. That sounds awesome. From behind, Joe covers his face with one massive claw, sighing through a chuckle. Oh no, he's been trying that one all week. Toto winks at you, tiny fangs going, don't worry, it's only kinda dangerous. He hops into position, puffing out his chest. Are you ready to see it? Yes, I would love to see it. I love this. Love this soda now. Toto gasps so hard he nearly tips backwards. You really want to see it? Okay. Stand back just a little. He hops to the center of the clearing, striking a dramatic pose. The two crows stop playing to watch, and even a curious Spritzy floats down to perch on a mushroom nearby. Toto closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, then suddenly bursts into action. Icy ballerina, chomp explosion! He spins on one foot like a dizzy top, tiny claws stretching out dramatically as a swirl of sparkling frost begins to build around him. As he twirls, he opens his jaws wide and lets out a silly roar, and bites into a floating bubble of magic mist left behind by a passing cutiefly. The bubble pops, releasing a tiny burst of glittery cold air that sprays upward in a soft puff like a wintry sneeze. The whole thing ends with him slipping slightly and landing on his back in a soft patch of moss, winking up at you with wide eyes. Nailed it! He whispers with the utmost confidence. July lets out a low, proud chuckle. That's actually the best he's ever done it. Toto sits up giggling and wiggling. So, did you like it? Be honest, was it super cool? Or just mega ultra kinda cool? He sounds too much like Peony. Cause that's how Peony is. Chief, you did a really good job there. That was ultra mega brilliant. Like, that's what Toto was doing right now. Give me a second. Alright guys, here's what happened. Even without that one detail of him giving you a spike when he trusts you, this is still really fun. This is going way better than the Zombie Rexy one has. It says, Toto lets out the I just said, yeah, that was amazing and you did a wonderful job. Toto lets out the loudest, happiest squeal you've ever heard from such a small Pokemon. Like a little geyser of pure joy. He starts bouncing in place, tail thumping it silently against the mossy ground. You really think so? You really liked it? He shouts, spinning around a victory wiggle. I'm gonna do it again later, but maybe with 2 bubbles next time. Maybe 3. He suddenly runs over and hugs my leg tightly, his small, cool arm squeezing with surprising strength for someone so tiny. You're the nicest human ever, Chin. Can you stay forever? Or at least for snack time? From behind, Joel watches with the great and gentlest smile. The swirl on his belly shifts into a glowing crescent moon, calm and peaceful. The ice cream on his spikes now sparkle with glittering flanks of ice cream, icy's pink. You made this whole week, Gelato says softly, walking over. They don't get visitors often, especially not ones who believe in them. He places a master claw gently on my shoulder. Why is a feather but filled with warmth? Triton, I think you were meant to find us for us. And maybe it was meant to find you. That's kind of interesting. Well, I'm glad. Or but I'm curious, Gelato. That is how you say the name. Gelato. Because it put it up there, it just didn't capitalize it. I actually said the name right, so Gelato is the right way to say his name. How did you become a fairy type? Gelato's expression shifts. His smile remains, but now it carries a layer of something deeper. Nostalgia. A flicker of old magic, maybe even a bit of mystery. The swirl on his belly softens into a gentle spiral of pastel violet and gold, like a lullaby in motion. He takes a slow breath and sits beside the mossy stone again, motioning for you to join him. The forest grows still like it's listening too. It started a long time ago, he begins, his voice quieter now, more dreamlike. I wasn't always like this. I was a normal for alligator once. Powerful, sure, but angry, wild, alone. He looks down at the stream, watching it reflect the glow of the forest canopy. One day, I chased a group of humans who were hurting the rocks. They laughed at its fear, kicked at it, and I couldn't stand it. His eyes flashed just for a second with that protective fire. I scared them off, protected the little one, but it was badly hurt, could barely move. He paused and smiled faintly. I carried it here, to this forest. I didn't know it was enchanted back then, but the trees welcomed me. The water healed the rocks, and something changed in me. He holds up a claw, and the soft shimmer of fairy energy spirals around it like sugar and moonlight wrapped in silk. The forest offered me a choice. It saw the good in my heart, buried under rage, and it gave me a new path, a new kind of power. The kind that doesn't just fight, but protects, shields, heals. He looks back at you now, his eyes soft. That's how I became part fairy. The spikes, the shield, even whimsical trance. They're all gifts, not just of magic, but of trust. The toad still hanging onto my leg, looks up with wide eyes, and then he made up, and then he made us cupcakes the next day. Magic one? Oh wait, I was like, what? How did Toad make cupcakes in a split second in a day? That was confusing. Toad still hanging onto my leg, looks up with wide eyes, and then he made us cupcakes the next day. Magic ones. Gelato chuckles. Yeah, those too. Then to me gently, and that's why I'm here. Not to fight, but to protect the ones who still believe in kindness. He pauses and asks with a curious tilt of her head, do you think you would have chosen the same if the force had asked you? That's a... Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Most people just treat me really badly. So it's gotten to the point where pretty much any Pokemon, like yourself, or this cute little... I said or there. Treated me much better. There we go. Gelato's eyes soften, the swell in his belly dims for a moment like a heartbeat slowing in empathy. He leans in just slightly, his massive frame gentler than a whisper of wind through petals. I see, he says quietly, his voice like the moment after a storm, calm but holding back waves. That explains the strength I feel in your kindness. It's not just gentle, it's resilient. He placed a large claw on the ground between you both, not quite touching you, but there, solid and steady, a quiet offer of support. Sometimes the ones with the brightest light attract the coldest shadows. I've seen that. I've felt that. And yet here you are, still choosing to be kind, still choosing to care. He lifts his gaze to meet mine, and now his eyes shimmer, not just with magic, but with something far older, understanding. That's why this forest let you in, Trenton. It doesn't open for just anyone. It opens for those who deserve more than what the world gave them. And it brought you here to show you that you're not alone. That's adorable. Oh, Toto's still hugging me too. Toto's still hugging your leg, touching my sleeve with a pouty face. Oh. Whoever was mean to you, they're... How old is this Toad? Because I love... He acts... I love that. Toad's still hugging my leg, tugs at my sleeve with a pouty face. Whoever was mean to you, they're poop heads. Real poop heads. You're one of the best humans ever. You watched my move. He's adorable. I fucking love this Todo. Okay, I'm not deleting this one, but I might make a second one where I actually have the other part about Fragger giving you an ice cream spike if he trusts you. That's the only part I forgot to put in here like an idiot. And this is going way better than the zombie Rexy, I can assure you that right now. He frowns dramatically and hugs me tighter. Gelato smiles again, this time with pride. If I had the chance to choose again, I'd still become who I am, especially with me being here today, meeting you. Then gently, would you like to come back here whenever you want, no matter what happens out there? Yes, honestly, I would. It's not just you, Gelato. This amazing, along with those amazing over there are awesome and very nice. I would love to come back. Joel's eyes shimmer brighter than they had all day, the swirl in his belly blooming into a radiant mix of gold, sky blue, and soft pink like sunrise over calm waters. Entire clearing seems to brighten with my words as if the force itself is smiling. Then it's settled, he says warmly, rising to his full height with quiet pride. This place is your sanctuary now. A place where you were seen, where you were celebrated, and when and where no shadow of the world can dim who you are. He steps aside, revealing a small glimmering arch of wildflowers growing behind you. As he waves a claw over it, the flowers gently shift into the shape of a gate, one you can pass through any time. All you have to do is walk with a kind heart, he says, and the forest will find you, whether it's days, months, or just a moment where you need to breathe. Tail spins around my leg in pure glee. Yay! Ching gets to visit all the time. Can we do marshmallow berry toast next time? And maybe a Toadle tag tournament? A Toadle tag tournament. The 3Ts. I love it. Even the crocodile are cheering from across the pond, waving at me with their goofy ears. I love them. Joel chuckles deeply when points a single claw over his chest. You made our world brighter, Trenton. Don't forget that. If you feel forgotten or out there, he taps his chest. Just remember, you have family here. And with that, a soft breeze stirs the trees again. Hail is gently falling like confetti from above. The forest welcomes you, and it always will. That's really nice of all of you. Actually, I want to know, Gelato. Dang it. Gelato? Why did you used to be so angry anyway? Before all of this happened to you? You never know, it might be failures like this that would help. I mean, I seem to keep my combo with failure about me. Oh boy. Joel goes quiet for a moment. Not tense, not withdrawn, just still, like a deep lake holding memories beneath the surface. The swirl on his belly dims into a milled silver gray like moonlight behind a cloud. He glances toward the water, eyes distant now, not lost, but reaching back in time. I was angry because I was always told I had to be. His voice was low, steady, almost like he's reciting something he said only in his heart before now. Back when I was just a Toadle, I was raised to fight, to win. That was all that mattered. Be strong, be fast, be fierce. If you show softness, if you show feeling, then you're weak. He glances toward little Toadle, who's now play wrestling with a crocodile and giggling so loud it echoes through the trees. I tried to live up to that for a long time. I fought hard. I growled loud. I pushed away anyone who wanted to get close, because that's what I thought strength was. He looks back at you and there's a gentle ache in his eyes. Not pain exactly, but something heavy that once lived there. But strength isn't rage. It's not hurting before you get hurt. Real strength? He places a claw over his chest. It's standing up for others. It's knowing your heart breaks and still keeping it open. That's the kind of strength the forest showed me. His spikes shimmer slightly now, not sharp, not melting, just glowing with soft, cool light. Swollen his stomach slowly shifts into a shape that mirrors yours. Your silhouette, handstand kind of shining from your pocket. What in the world? I was angry because I didn't know any better. But I'm not that Pokemon anymore. He reaches out a claw, not to grab, not to pull, but to offer. And I think neither are you. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, I really care about you. I honestly think that if I met you before all of this, maybe there would be a chance I could have gotten you to calm down anyway. Because I really do care about your species and your pre-evolutions. Joel stares at me for a long, quiet moment, his expression softening in a way words can't fully describe. The swirl in his stomach changes again, slowly, no longer just a pattern, but a memory taking shape. A small glowing image of you reaching out to a younger, wild-eyed Feralier surrounded by shadow. Your hand standing in compassion, and him slowly reaching back. The force hushes again, not out of fear this time, but reverence. Trenton, he says, his voice heavy with something raw and real. If I had met you back then, I think I wouldn't have had to break before I changed. His claws gently close into a fist, then open again with care. You would have looked past the anger, past the roars, and just seen me. He lowers himself slowly to my level again, big eyes meet mine, brimming with warmth and emotion. There aren't many people who would say that, fewer who would mean it, but you, I believe you. He leans in and very gently presses his forehead to yours, a gesture of deep trust. The kind point only share with those they fully open their hearts to. The air around you sparkles, faintly humming with energy. You didn't just walk into this forest today, Trenton. You changed it. Behind you, Toto and the crocodile pause, sensing the moment. Toto whispers in awe, I think Papa Gelato's heart just leveled up. What are we playing? A Pokemon game all of a sudden? And then saw what Gelato tweets in. You're not just a visitor here. You're family. And I'll protect you. Always. I appreciate that. Gelato. This forest is honestly beautiful. This forest is honestly beautiful. Are you the only fairy type version of your species here? Or is there another around here? Like a pre evolution that's also fairy type? Stop. There we go. Oh, come on. Gosh dang it, come on now. What in the world? What the frick? Oh, it worked that time. I had to close it out. Joao beams at my words, his belly pattern swirling into a soft cascade of blooming petals and water droplets. Peaceful and full of pride. The forest around you seems to be brightened once more as if it's responding to my appreciation directly. I'm so glad you feel that way, Trenton, he says with a warm rumble. This forest has been waiting for someone like you for a very long time. He glances toward a gentle stream that cuts through the far end of the glade, where glowing lily pads float lazily and soft fairy lights dance just above the water surface. And to answer your question, I'm not the only one anymore. A little ripple travels through the stream. Then, oh, it's another Totodile! A small head pokes up from the water, a Totodile, but not quite an ordinary one. Its scales shimmer foam with a silvery sheen, and its eyes sparkle like twin moonstones. The blue of its skin has a touch of pastel lilac at the tips of its head spikes, and its tail is surrounded by a tiny orbs of floating light. The soft hum of fairy energy surrounds it like a protective hug. Gelato smiles proudly. That's Luma, he says. She was born here. A fairy water totodile. First of her kind. The forest blessed her. Luma swims closer, shy but curious, then gently climbs out of the stream, giving you a small wave with her stubby claw. She's still learning, Gelato adds softly, but she has a kind heart, just like yours. She tends to the flowers, sings to the moon, and when someone cries, she's the first to find them. That's actually very cute of her. Luma tilts her head, then walks up to me, holding out a tiny glowing flower with both hands. Oh my gosh, she's holding a flower. She says you feel safe, Joelle explains with a proud grin, and she wants to be your friend too. Would you like to accept her gift? Oh, that's so flippin' cute. I'm in love with Luma. I flippin' love Luma. I think she's flippin' adorable.